Pretty ads don't sell. Ugly ads do, and I can prove it to you. After analyzing 40,000 plus ads in D2C, health, education, and all other verticals for the last 4 years, I found out what's actually working on Meta, and it's ugly ads. If you're already familiar with ugly ads, let me give you 12 different ad formats that you can apply today to create high converting ads. These are tested, proven, as well as I've actually gained so much traction with it that my clients want me to run ugly ads now. Regardless if you are sold on to ugly ads or not, there are different ways to sell ugly ads that still are on brand. So I will show you that as well. I will talk about why ugly ads work and what psychology is behind it. I will share the ugly ad formula that you can apply to your brand. And the most important, the mistakes people do when they're trying to copy ugly ads. And if you stay tuned, I will show you exactly ugly ad that has worked in my ad accounts. So you can feel, and that is a proven playbook. So you're not wasting any time. So let's talk about why ugly ads. Consumers are bombarded with more than 10,000 ads per day. So they have banner blindness. So you have to make ads that are actually standing out and pass that banner blindness so they actually pay attention and not scroll. Number two, it has a surprise and novelty effect because you don't see them on your feed normally. The third one is relatability because it's already what they're seeing on their Facebook and Instagram and TikTok timelines. Fourth one, it's platform agnostic. So you actually can change your ugly ads based on different platforms. If you're on Insta, it's different, and if on TikTok, it's different. On Reddit, it's different. So ugly ads are basically the social ads that currently are working. And the fifth one, the most important that I truly believe in, that's why I make crazy ads, is they don't look like ads. And that is the most important thing. If you make ads that look like ads, people are just moving past beyond it. They're not even paying attention. So what are you going to sell them? And the sixth one, the most important one, is actually psychology. I am a firm believer of psychology and these biases they are at play when you're running ugly ads. So number one, familiarity bias. People tend to lean on to things that are familiar. These ugly ads are familiar. Number two, similarity bias. Similarity bias is really important. If every one of our ads look like the same, people are gonna choose the one that look different. Number three, authenticity bias. And the reason is because they pass the trust factor because it looks like somebody was thinking about something and they posted it. It looks very authentic. It looks like some real person. And especially in this AI world, this is really important. Number fourth, cognitive fluency. Our brains are hardwired to pay things that are slightly different or complicated. Sounds weird, but in psychology it works because we pay attention. Our brains are wired. Number five, contrast effect. Very similar. Our brain notices differences, not similar or sameness. Makes sense, right? Pattern interrupt that you all are aware of. It's a pattern interrupt. People, they don't see that normally in their newsfeed. So it kind of makes sense. In group bias, we tend to trust people who look and feel and talk like us, right? The last one is attention restoration bias. It's basically people choose unpolished versus polished version. Now you see that why ugly ads are important at this moment. But the most important thing is what's the formula? So I'm going to share the formula with you. Here's my ugly ads formula that I'm sharing with you. I wish somebody would have told me this. There are a lot of people talking about ugly ads, but nobody's actually giving you formula how to use it. Because if you still use ugly ads that don't work because you're not using this formula, this ugly ads basically can work for any audience. Number one thing is actually keyword. And the reason why keyword is really important is because that's what people are wired to, because that's what they're looking on the internet. The algorithm is so smart that it finds those words for you and then shows that interest. So for example, in this ugly ad, this is a Reddit ad. The most important thing is Munich news and English. And Munich. So you see like the word Munich. I live in Munich, so obviously talk about Munich. It's a Munich newsletter. Everything is about Munich, right? And so the subreddit also called Munich. So this ugly ad has run for me roughly like 8 months. And the reason why it ran for a very long time is because it was very relatable. So the keyword Munich news is important. The second thing is key emotion. So when you go just below the sub headline says, I struggle to keep up with what's going. The word I struggle is an emotion that I'm trying to deliver. And that works really well because people move because of emotions, not because of just logic. So say I struggle to keep up with what's going on in Munich as an expat. So key emotion is really important. Third thing is qualifier, which is sometimes similar to the keyword, but the qualifier is in this is English. And you have to think about what is a qualifier. Sometimes you want to qualify a specific audience. For us, it's one of our lead gen clients sells to doctors. So we have to use about doctors in the ad as well. So that's a qualifier. Number four is long text. And this ugly ad has a long text. It's too much text. It's like, how can somebody read this much on the ad? Apparently people do. The number fifth is outcome. What is the outcome you're trying to sell in this ad. So here it says, like, I was thinking of starting a free newsletter, sharing it with my other expats. And then the other guy says, I used the Munich Post, and it talks about expats living in Munich, and they send 5 minutes read, which tell me all thing happening, major events, and the weekend. What's the outcome is like you will get to know about what's going on in Munich. And that's the outcome it's trying to sell in the ad. 6, it doesn't have branded colors. It actually has a UX of Reddit. And that's a really big factor. It's a format. Now it's called Reddit format for me. Big fonts are really important. In this ad, there's not much big font, but like Munich News in English is a big font that you want to pay attention to. Format. So Reddit format is one of the formats I'm going to share later. Works really well. So that's an ugly ad that works really well. And so that format, using the format is really important. Looks like organic post. It is an organic post, right? Thoughtful, but not pretty. So it's very thoughtful because it says, I'm struggling. I want to find something. Actually, to be honest, the first post is also mine. The second post is also mine. But what I'm trying to tell you is that it's thoughtful because I used to struggle. It's my founder story. I used to struggle finding news in English. So I started a newsletter. And so it's thoughtful. It's not pretty. So you have to really be thoughtful. The word thoughtful is really critical because a lot of people make ads, look at ChatGPT and just go through it. You have to make sure you make a thoughtful post about it. Thoughtful. Every word you have to choose carefully because that's what's going to pay attention. And you have to make a thoughtful hypothesis as well, not just any hypothesis. You have to have some data behind it. You have to have some insights behind it. So that's what I mean by thoughtful. And the last one is extremely well done copywriting. The copywriting is critical because this is how you sell. And the copywriting has to be simple, has to be making sense for people. It doesn't have to be, talking to somebody too intelligent. Let's move on to it. What are the key mistakes that I've seen? And I'm just going to quickly go through it. And if you don't do this, it will save you a lot of time because there's a popular word, make ugly ads. A lot of people are making ugly ads, but they're still doing it mindlessly. What mistakes that I have done and I've seen people doing, and that's why it's not working. So if you don't do this, then probably you will have a high chance of winning. Ugly ad for the sake of ugly ads. So just making ugly ads because it's popular, your competitor is doing is not a good idea. Not thinking deep enough. So it's not thoughtful enough. You're not thinking about what is the problem I'm trying to solve. What is the winning message that you already have that you can use it for ugly ads. So these are two things. And then the third thing is clear or clever. So most of the time you try to make copy that is like, it's super sexy. It's talking about frameworks, but like it's not clear. You have to be really, really clear what you're talking about. And that, like, a lot of ugly ads have too much content that is like not really clear. Too many words. What I mean is that don't add too many words that you don't need. 7 words ugly ad would work. Then Apple Notes format. A lot of people try this Apple Notes format. You can see here, a lot of people have tried it. And the reason why Apple Notes format is now into the bias of sameness. So a lot of people do it, so users scroll past to it. And sometimes we still do Apple Notes format, and they have worked for clients, but like most of the clients, they don't work. Stock images, this is another one. The first thing comes in your mind is using a stock image or AI image. Both of them actually make it really hard for your consumer to figure it out as a viewer. So don't use stock image. This is like a biggest blind spot that people have. The second last thing is be careful. Like if your brand is selling above 10K, I'm not talking about B2B brand, B2C brand. If your brand is selling above 10K in average order value, sometime it makes sense to not use it. For example, Apple might not use it. So yeah, if you're a really big brand, stick to branded part because that's what people are assuming. You're trying to attract certain audience. And the last thing is that when the brand team is in the driving seat, you get their buy-in. You get the founders buy-in. And a lot of people, even they are in brand team, they make ugly ads pretty or they make ugly ads branded. And that doesn't work. So these are the mistakes I've seen. All right. Now let's look into the most important segment where what kind of ugly ads you can run that can convert like crazy. So these are the 13 formats. We'll go one by one. So let's get through it. So the number one ugly ad format that has worked for us, this exact ad has worked for us, exact similar pattern, is the big font ads where you are talking about the problems and your copywriting is on point. So the big font ads work really well. And the reason why they work really well is because they are pattern interrupting. They're the psychological factor. And as you see in the first text, it says the FUPA. So people who have FUPA as a problem, often top as a problem, are looking for it. We have also used this as a symptom related ad for one of our clients, and it has worked really well. And then there is also the problem. I thought it was arthritis. Most misunderstood menopause symptoms. So cortisol poisoning, and these are the like big font ad that are like either on the body or on the big text really work. Give it a try. It has really worked well for us. The second one is a letter ad or Gmail UX. So it's more like when somebody's writing a letter. Technically, all of the marketing is writing letter to our customers and them getting the reaction, right? So we have actually tried this one as a copy of it, where it's like we have to apologize. The word itself actually wants me to pay attention. We have to apologize. And then, whatever they're trying to sell. The same thing here as well, Javi Coffee. Both of them are, this one is a D2C brand. We messed up. So, okay, what did you mess up? And I want to pay attention. And then they sell whatever they are selling here. And then, not sure if you've seen this. Like when you write email, you want to follow up on it and say, not sure if you've seen this. And then it's coming from a newsletter brand and talking about like if you've just gone through what they say, just came across the daily tech newsletter called. So like they're introducing the product immediately. So this is a pattern interrupt, scroll stopper, and then it's like, okay, what do they have to tell me? So these are all really good format that has worked for us, or at least have one. This one has worked, and the others ones have actually like helped us scroll stop. It might not work for you or for your brand, but this is just to give you an idea of how you can do it. And the most important thing, use those formula that I've showed you to actually make good ads. You can use principles from these ads as well to make your ads as well. The next one is billboard ads. I am a huge proponent of the billboard ad. This is one of my ads called Think Munich is Boring. Remember I told you about the Munich ads that I run, and this is another billboard ad that worked really well. Feeling like nothing exciting happens in Munich, and this has worked really well for us. So I still am a huge believer in billboard ads. They're basically turning from physical version to the digital one, and that's why they work really well, because people are familiar with the familiarity bias that billboards are basically for ads. So I'm gonna pay attention. Like when I go up outside and walking on the street, I pay attention to billboard, and so that just turned into the physical world. And you can see these are two services ones. This is also one of our clients' ad that has worked really well. And then hormonal balance isn't a myth, right? So this is a D2C brand ad that has worked really well. The long text stack. This you can copy paste without the fail. They just are basically VSLs in a text format, and that's why they work really well. Long text basically is again a pattern interrupt, because people don't want to see an ad, and if the ad has a huge product in it, and they try to avoid it, and that's why long text work really well, because you're trying to using a slippery slope where you're saying that mothers who yell often raise insecure kids. That pays me. Like there's a first slip that I do, and then you see losing a temper with the child isn't just bad parenting. Like I'm into it, and then at the end they say take the test. The long text act work really well, especially for the newsletter audience as well, for D2C, for lead gen brands everywhere. The long text video ads, they work really well for our newsletter clients. They look ugly. It's the background has nothing to do with the ad itself. It's just a long video that is running, and it's a loop. The loop effect on Instagram work really well. Busy use can be overwhelming, jargon, paywalls a lot that feels irrelevant, and then they talk about like what's the right place, and then they tell you the newsletter. And there's another one, why read 1440, and they talk about like free 40 million readers. So like they're really making it emojis on top of it, and the background has nothing to do with it. It's just calming. One of the ads is really working for my newsletter ads as well. Like I run newsletter ads, and this is what's working. And the video has nothing to do with the text, and I just pattern and drop. The ugly visual. This is also critical, because when you have a problem related brand, if you show the problem visually, works really well. So this is an ugly picture, disorganized, boost your productivity and get organized with Sensa, a science-backed app. So an app client, and this is a D2C brand where you show an ugly problem that person has, which is acne. Both of them work really well, and it doesn't look like, it's also long text as well, but it doesn't look like an ad. Both of them don't look like ad. And also the text here is disorganized as well. So everything just leans into really well, and I feel like if you have a problem related product that is actually solving a really big problem, show the ugly visual. The seventh one, the Microsoft Paint font. For this, I would tell you like there's a huge divide that is work or not. I have tried it. For some clients has not worked, but like this is one of my previous clients, and for them it has worked really well. This was the one that I previously shared in my Twitter as well, and people loved it. Crocs was using it, so like big brands are also using it. But again, I think the key thing here is what messaging you are actually focusing on. Distracted, procrastinating, unfocused. And the reason why this ad works really well is because of the nostalgia effect. The nostalgia effect is something that when we were kids, and especially millennials, we used to love the word art, and that it reminds us, so it stops the scroll. So yeah, you can give it a try. Tell us if it worked for you. The Instagram UX. So this you can run without fail, because like people on Instagram want to consume Instagram like content, right? And so this is there. This leans into familiarity bias, the UX familiarity bias. And people are familiar with the user experience. People are familiar with the text as well. People do that a lot of time on their stories, on their DMs, and that's why it works. So steal this one. This should be in your stack. My current client has this one working. My previous client had this one working really well. So both of them are proven. Cartoonic ads. So these ads, the one thing I want to tell you about this is that these cartoon imagery ads, the cartoonic ads, they work for certain brands, especially for brands that are more into mental health. So like this is a mental health product that has, again, I told you, one of my clients used to use this. It has worked wonders. And I have like 3 to 4 mental health clients who were in the space, and I've used it for all of them. It has always given us good results. It could be category related, but then what I've seen is like in D2C, there are a lot of other ads, if similarly cartoonic or heavy on graphics, work really well. This one, Emma is 5 and always constipated. Her mom bought her Beam kits. So this is for actually D2C brand. Now Emma is regular, go Emma. And then in this, it's talking about a drink that helps kids poo really well. It's a real problem. I have kids and I can tell you that this is a real problem people have, and they show a storytelling way and they work sometimes. As long as you have a winning message and you want to iterate on it, this would be great iteration. The Reddit ads. I talked enough about it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. You can add your product to it. You can add your response to it. Yeah, just steal the similar principles to apply Reddit ads. It's counterintuitive. For D2C brands that are very much heavy product related, you should actually show a product like this. Works really well, and especially when there was a post about you on Reddit, which is very similar, gives you really good return of investment and trust factor as well. Whiteboard ads. The whiteboard ads is very unique because you have to really handwritten on it, and you show the product and just like quickly tell the problem or benefits together and talk about how you can get results faster or outcome faster. Ugly ad worked really well for us, for one of our clients in health. The OG ads, which is basically the notes ads. These ads, they have worked really well. You write text on top and then connect your product with it. You use it well. I think they still work, but the copywriting has to make sense. And now there's an innovation on top by Savannah Sanchez, one of the influencers in our ads as well, who shows and I've done this as well for one of our clients, has worked also really well. When you connect Notes app and tell a story, it's really creative, right? So you actually like telling everything with post-it notes, and then that works really well. Just make sure the copywriting is on point. So the last one is the meme ads. Memes still do work. A lot of D2C brands just use it for their promotion ads. But like if you find this specific ad has really worked for one of my mental health client, and see my kids struggle to do their daily task and getting X product and watching them enjoy. So it's the before and after format, but in meme. If you have already before and after ads working, find memes like this and then make it a little bit relatable. Works really well. You don't even have to show the product actually. And what I've seen it work really well is for not for D2C products, but mostly for services clients and lead gen clients and like people who don't have a physical product. They utilize meme really well. And the D2C clients usually use this for their retargeting ads, make it funny. I've seen True Classic using a lot of meme ads as well, like a really big brand. So meme ads still work. They look ugly. They're not on brand, but like memes are the language of the internet. They get to speak to you in a way that you want to consume content, and so that's why they work really well. Now you have these 13 formats. Find like 5 of them, come up with 5 different concepts, and make at least 100 plus ads per week to test all of these with all the messaging, and you will find a winner. Use diversity because now the Andromeda is there, so you have to use diversity. Facebook has a new term called creative similarity that I should make another video about, but like use diversity to actually talk about it. These ugly formats are diverse actually to get you to speak to your different audiences. And then last but not the least, once you find the winner, there will be an ad that you are super high on that will win, and it does not, but the other ad wins. Just connect your emotional attachment to your ads and make sure you kill your darlings because you're not your ad. And then the people who are consuming content want to consume it in a way. So remove your emotional attachment to it and then make sure that you make the winner spend enough time and budget to it. Proof that it works, as I showed you all those ads that have worked, I've actually done the analysis from 15,000 ads from education brands, 40,000 brands from top 11 D2C brands. All of them have the same learning that these ads are working for them. Let me show you one of the ads from one of my clients that is working, which is an ugly ad as well. So this is like one of the clients' account that's working right now. This has spent in the last 30 days like 39,000 in ad spend, 3,900 in ad spends and 24 conversions with a good CPA, and you're still running that ad in an AC campaign. This tells you that the ugly ads have tried. And just look at this ugly Sudoku looking gaming ad that's working. So yeah, so the headline is the most important thing, and then you talk about why they really should care about it. I'm not going to talk about what the product is, basically just testosterone product. And then like you can see the amount of comments there are. Like, so the ugly ads usually really work if you know what your message is and what you want to talk about and all those key principles I talked about. So now you have an ugly ad blueprint: the native text, the psychology, the UX familiarity bias with using different UX, the billboards, all of these that you can apply and you will find immediate winners. And obviously, there are things that I talked about, the frameworks, but somebody still have to execute those great copywriting skills and also figure out right format for the right audience for the right product. If you want my team to build this inside of your ad account and launch at least 50 plus other ugly ads that we have that we also run and want to ship this every week to find consistent winners, you can book a call below. And here's an offer for you. So if you're still not sure how to scale your ad account, find consistent winners with creative testing framework and psychology-led ads, we can give you some ideas that you can apply and see if this is something that you want to apply for your own brand, because this whole YouTube is great, but like it has to be applied to your brand. So it's very unique. Just book a call and happy to give you audit and then give you ideas and insights and give you 3 campaign ideas that can actually work for your brand. And if you want this full report of the 2 examples that I showed you about the 40,000 plus DCC ads and other 11,000 plus education ads and what I found from it, I'm going to link in the description as well, so you can go check it out, what the key learnings I found. And if you still have any questions, just leave the comment below and I will see you in the next one.